What is going on, good and wonderful people? Here to bring you another video, and today we're talking about my thoughts on Transformers 1 possibly having no plans for a sequel. So Transformers 1 came out last year, 2024. I went and saw it in theaters, even though I didn't like this movie that much. I got it for Christmas from my mother, even though I didn't want it for Christmas, but I was very grateful when I got it, because you should be grateful. But so Paramount and Hasbro have no plans to make Transformers 1 sequel. And the film came out last year in September 20th for the United States and worldwide. Running time was 104 minutes, and it only made $129 million at the box office, and the budget was 75 to 147 million, so it's lost money. First off, I'll go over the things I did enjoy about this movie. So think of it as a mini review. I love how they gave Alita 1 finally a good character voiced by Scarlett Johansson. She did a good job voicing Alita 1. And I also liked Chris Hemsworth's Optimus Prime. I think he's the perfect future to play Optimus Prime when Peter Cullen is retired or when he's passed on. And I also enjoyed, let me just check, let me look at my notes, Brian Tyree Henry for voicing Megatron D16. So yeah, I think Transformers' future for future replacements for Optimus Prime and Megatron are great right now. However, yes, I'm well aware Transformers, this movie was not marketed that well with that first trailer, but overall there was things that I did enjoy. I also enjoyed near the end of the movie when Megatron is slowly becoming the Megatron we know by wanting revenge and killing Sentinel Prime, spoiler alert, after finding out that they've been lied to. And other things I enjoyed, Alpha Trion, he had a good voice actor, even though I don't know much about the character. I have watched G1, I started with the cartoon in the early 2000s, so I kind of know all the Transformers except for the shows I grew up with that were G1, the G1 movie, the Michael Bay Transformers, and Transformers Animated, the Nickelodeon show that was in 2007, I believe, and Transformers Prime, which was also very great. So, with Transformers 1 having no plans, what does the Transformers franchise look like going forward? When we look at the just the history since the box offices, because it's been going down since Transformers 5, The Last Night, and that's really not good for this franchise. Let me find it, just hang on. Sorry. I should probably get a whiteboard like Hockey Guy does. But yeah, it's been going down. Bumblebee made less money, even though I think Bumblebee was great. I wasn't a big fan of the trailer when I first saw Bumblebee. I thought it wasn't going to be a good movie, but I personally enjoyed it. I'm not a big fan of the Bumblebee character, or at least what we've had in latest years. One of the reasons I loved Bumblebee in Transformers Bumblebee 2018 is that it really showed the bond between Charlie and Bumblebee, and something really did not have with Sam Witwicky. I think Sam Witwicky's character in the original trilogy, the live action films, got better after halfway Transformers 2. That's when I kind of started liking Sam. But overall, I wasn't a big fan of Sam Witwicky, except until Transformers 3. I think that's when his character development really came. Even though I like Cade Yeager, voiced by Mark Wahlberg, better. So let me just look at the box offices. So yeah, Transformers 1, 2007, makes 710 million. Transformers 2, 2009, 836 million. Transformers 3, that which I think was just the best Transformers movie we ever gotten. Neck, besides the original 1986 movie. Transformers 2014, Age of Extinction, made 1.10 billion. Well, Dark of the Moon made. Sorry about that. I had. If you see a jump cut, it's because my mom walked into the room. But anyway, so yeah, Transformers Dark of the Moon, which I think was the best live action Transformers we ever gotten. 1.12 billion. Age of Extinction, 1.10 billion. And Last Night only made 605 million. Well, Bumblebee only made 467 million. And Rise of the Beast only made 438 million. So the franchise is dropping in money, and so it's not looking good. Like, for this franchise. And other things I forgot to mention, what I did enjoy about this movie, like, was when Optimus became, or should I say Orion Pax became Optimus Prime. Also, I enjoyed when the sad part, when Optimus Prime loses his brother and banishes Megatron from Iacon, Cybertron. So that was very sad, like seeing Optimus lose his brother, his best friend. So they really have, since the Transformers live action series, when it first premiered, that's when they made Optimus Prime and Megatron brothers. In G1, they weren't brothers. Like, they didn't have that bond or best friend bond. They were arch enemies. Well, one just wanted to maintain peace and protect the humans. Other one wanted to kill and take over the galaxy. So, and then one last thing I will say about Alita 1, it was really nice. They finally gave her a character, which I already said, but I want to add more detail. Like, Transformers 2 Revenge of the Fallen was so disappointing. The design and just having no screen time for Alita 1. So that was very good. But where does this franchise go now with Transformers 1 possibly just being a complete failure? When you lose money out on making a movie, your chances of getting a sequel are next to none. Damn, I have to make another jump cut. Mom's coming upstairs. Alright, hopefully this is the last jump cut before. But anyway, where is this franchise going? Because it's been losing money each film, and they have, and I know they're thinking of making and they have plans for a Transformers Rise of the Beast sequel, G.I. Joe crossover, because it's being set up for those that watch Transformers Rise of the Beast, the movie that came out in 2023. But Rise of the Beast lost money, and it wasn't that great. And I personally didn't enjoy the movie for multiple reasons. So, like, where is this franchise going? Because, like, and one thing I will say, it was great for Rise of the Beast to have Optimus Prime voiced by Peter Cullen again for 2 live-action adaptations of Transformers. That is cool that they have Peter Cullen in the original 5 movies, and now the reboot live action with Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast. But they messed up Rise of the Beast so bad, in my opinion. Like, they had so much potential after Bumblebee. I liked how it went into the 90s as time progressed, but it just wasn't a great movie in my eyes. And I personally didn't enjoy this movie. And yes, I know this movie had limited marketing and bad marketing, but there were a lot of things in Transformers 1 I did not enjoy. So now Hasbro and Paramount are stuck in a corner here. They have 3 adaptations of Transformers, animated to live action series that are all ended in cliffhangers. Transformers 5, The Last Night. They have Quintessa still out there. Unicron rising from the Earth, which they got the idea from Transformers Prime, the show. And Transformers Rise of the Beast is setting up for more films and possibly maybe the Decepticons to finally come. And one thing I forgot to mention was I really enjoyed the voice of Optimus Primal, even though I didn't grow up with Beast Wars or any of the Transformers Beast stuff. The closest thing was when Transformers Prime came out with the Predacons. So, where's this franchise going? If they're not going to make a sequel to Transformers 1, which I know there's fans of all the adaptations, well, Transformers Michael Bay films that want that series finished, and Transformers reboot, Bumblebee era to fast forward, and this to get finished because the Decepticons are finally formed, and the Quintessons are still out there, which I forgot to mention. I really enjoyed the Quintessons, like basically solely in charge of Cybertron. Like this movie, like was okay with its story, like how it was actually like had elements of slavery when Sentinel Prime was lying the whole time that he was secretly providing energon for the Quintessons and forcing the Transformers that are minors, well, cods, transformation cods to transform, basically having them as slaves. That was great. But there was a lot of things in this movie that I enjoyed. But so where does this franchise go? I don't have the answer. Like a lot of people like that are old Transformers fans like this movie and Bumblebee because it has G1 designs, G1 references. But I don't know. Like I love G1. I enjoy some references. Always having the original Transformers. You got the touch in there, but. And here's another thing I want to say. Is it time for Transformers fans to let go of G1? Like, what I mean is, like, completely just, like, not always having to make everything, like, Generation 1. That's a... Like, I think if this franchise is going to have a future, eventually fans got to let go of G1. Even I have to say that. Like, you can still do some references and all that, but... making everyone like exactly trying to recreate G1, I think that's what's holding this franchise back. I don't know. Like I love G1, I love the Transformers Michael Bay films, and I also like Bumblebee, but I'm a huge Transformers fan. But when I'm not liking films like recently the last two installments of this franchise, there's a problem. Like even though I'm only one guy, but... So, where do you think this franchise is going? Do you think they'll go back to the Michael Bay films? Or they'll continue the reboot live-action films? Or they'll reboot it again and make another film installments? So, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. What do you guys want? Michael Bay to return? Bumblebee reboot to resume? Or make a sequel to this, or just completely... Or is it also time for Transformers to be let go by Hasbro and sold to another company? I don't know who would be the perfect one to buy it or make a film. Like, the Transformers fan base is just divided on what they want. So that's what I would say. And I honestly don't want Disney to buy the Transformers franchise. Like, Transformers has just been on a downward spiral. Like, they haven't had a good show, in my opinion, since Transformers Prime. Yeah, and I'm dragging this on, but what do you guys think? What do you guys want? Where do you think this franchise goes? Do you think it's time to let go of G1 and move forward? Or continue trying to recreate G1? Alright, now we're done.